All right, everybody, I am leaving the hospital right now. This morning, I was woken up to a phone call from this young man that I met walking at USC, and his name is Jare. I talked about him previously, but he called me this morning. I could tell something was up.
I got hit by a car, a speeding car, and I didn't have one damage.
Were you wearing a helmet?
No. I was just walking, and I got hit by a car. One of the x-rays came out and they found something, and the MRI came out, they found something. But then I prayed and they had another x-ray in this room and it was clear, nothing happened. You know, no bone cracks, no bone shifting. This leg's gonna walk today, he's gonna walk today.
Yeah.
I have more physical therapy sessions, and from that it's gonna show you that God really exists. I'm not built for here, bro. All this, see, all this, it's just in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not fit to be here. I'm gonna move this leg very soon. You see this leg? I'm gonna move it, bro. I'm gonna run track with this leg very soon and win, bro. All this, it's in my mind.
Yes.
See, all this is in my mind, bro.
Yes.
I had 5 x-rays. I broke my leg, but I have 5 x-rays instead. I had a good leg, bro. My femur chipped though, but then the next x-ray came out good. That's God.
Dang.
That's God, bro.
Dang.
Look, I found it hard to breathe, but my breathing is on 97, bro. It's on 97. God is with me. God is with me. And shout out Trent. Trent drove almost an hour to this place, bro. I'm in the valley. Shout out Trent. He drove out here to see me, bro. This is a good man, bro. This is a good man right here.
Thanks, bro.
It's a good man. All this, I didn't fit here, bro. I don't fit here. Look,
You don't belong here, bro.
I didn't even size
It's
here,
temporary.
bro. I'm gonna be out here soon, probably today, tomorrow.
Yes.
We gonna film and get ready for Trent's competition, bro. Yeah, you gonna see us out there, bro. Look. Bro, I'm gonna be outside soon, bro. Oh my God.
Yes.
I got hit that I slammed the house, and the house is with the poles. I stuck my hand in the gates, bro. Look, I poked my hand, and I didn't feel that, bro, because I was lost. While that happened, as soon as I got my consciousness back, I just said, God, take control. And guess what? Who's taking control now? God.
That's right. Show me. Move your toes.
Look,
Move your
bro,
toes.
so I can move this, right? But look at this one. I'm gonna close my eyes and think. God, let's move this toe.
Do it. Do it. Nice. Keep going.
Just close my eyes.
Keep going. Nice.
Yeah, yes.
Nice. So, Jare calls me this morning, and he's like, Trent. I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, sorry for calling you so early. At first, I was like, wait, was that you that called me even like earlier? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what's going on, man? And he said, I'm in the hospital. I said, what? And he's like, I'm in the hospital. I got hit by a car. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, dude, this must have been like what my dad felt like when I called him and I told him that I got hit by a car. And so he's talking to me and he's telling me that he's scared and that he can't feel his leg and he doesn't want to die, and his chest hurts, and that he doesn't really have anybody, he doesn't know who to call, and he said he wanted to call me because he felt that I would understand and would be able to help give him some wisdom. So I when I'm listening to this, I immediately think to myself, like, bro, God definitely has called me for such a time as this. One, this is my like only day off of training, and for the past couple weeks I hadn't been taking Thursdays off. This Thursday we had planned Thursdays off, and so I tell him, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be there, but I'm like, bro, I promise you everything's gonna be okay, like, you're gonna be okay. And he's saying I don't know what to do, and I'm like, bro, you're strong and you're courageous. You need to believe in yourself. Like, you just got hit by a car and you survived. You are a survivor. You're a warrior. You're a champion. And I start speaking life into him, like getting him to like at least like just planting the seeds. You know, maybe they stick, maybe they don't. But I'm telling him, this is who you are. God is with you. He said that he'll always be with you and he'll never leave you nor forsake you. I asked God to use me, and I thank God for a time like this, because I know what it was like when I was in the hospital. And I had lost hope when they had chopped off my foot, so I'm thinking, okay, I have some experience with this, and so that's why I was asking the nurses a bunch of questions and stuff, and now I'm like, it's super important to listen to him, because I remember when I want to speak and stuff, especially when you're in pain, or if you're like on drugs or something, and you're trying to say something, and people are talking over you, you don't have like any energy. And so you don't have any energy to talk over anybody, or like trying to tell them to like, yo, shut up. Like, you don't have energy for that. So I'm like, okay, if he starts talking, I'm shutting up. Now I'm listening. I need to hear what he has to say, and because he's telling me how he feels. And the good thing was they performed an EKG on him, and his vitals were all good too. And they said there was one abnormality like in his heart rate, but they said it's nothing to be concerned about. But again, like this, he's already freaking out. This kind of made him kind of like, oh no, like what do you mean there's an abnormality, this and that, and he's starting to think the worst. And so I said, hey Jare, like if it was really bad, there'd be doctors rushing in here. If it was really bad, you'd be getting rushed into emergency. So like, let's just look at the positives right now. Let's like pause and like, let's look at all the good things. The doctors have done multiple scans of like at least x-rays and MRI, and there's no damage to your spine or broken bones. Like, dude, that's a miracle. You're strong, bro. You're strong. Anything that ever happens to you in life is there to make you far greater than you've ever been. You're about to be greater than you've ever been. And that's a tough pill to swallow. It's a lot easier to say than to be going through it, because you have to make the switch in your mind. No one can do it for you. You have to be willing to say, you know what? Yeah, bro, like, I can handle this. Like, I'm a champ. I'm a champ. Like, I can get through this. I can get through this. If anybody can do it, I can do it. I can do it. And I want to hear him say that. And he starts saying that. And all of a sudden, he starts sitting up. And he was telling me how before he started sitting up, he was telling me how when the nurses moved him to sitting up, he said it hurt his chest really, really bad, and he like couldn't breathe. And he was telling me how the pain went from his leg to his waist to his chest, and he's just hoping it doesn't go to his head. And so he's hoping something bad doesn't happen to him. So he's focusing on that. And so I was kind of telling him, like, bro, whatever you focus on, you're going to experience. And that's with anything in life. Like, whatever we focus on, wherever the attention goes, the energy flows. And I said, bro, anytime you get to this, like where you start thinking about the accident or focusing on negative things, start thanking God and start focusing on like moving your foot. And so like when he's in that positive mindset, he asked me to like go grab him something. I am, and since I'm up, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I want you to try moving your big toe. Because one, I've seen in Kill Bill, that's how she came back. And then also too, like I've been listening to a lot of like Joe Dispenza, like learning about how in the quantum field and within our cells and atoms, like God has given us the power to heal our bodies. Our body knows how to heal it. We just have to instruct it how to heal, and that's within our brain. And so I was like, went out on a whim. It's kind of risky asking. I'm like, bro, try and move your foot. And the reason why I said that is because when he got up and he started like talking to me, like he was telling me how he couldn't move his leg or anything, and he wasn't thinking about his leg, but I could see he was trying to grab something with one arm, and so he used both legs to like go like this to hold it. And I was like, bro, you just moved your leg. And he's like, you're right, I did just move my leg. He's like, bro, that only happened one other time. I was like, bro, you can move your leg. I was like, but you weren't thinking about it. He's like, you're right, bro. He's like, whenever I was thinking about like how I can't do it, I couldn't do it. I'm like, all right, that's kind of what led me to like, dude, just move the big toe. And so then all of a sudden, like the lesser toe starts twitching like this. And all of a sudden his foot goes, boom, goes into dorsiflexion. I'm like, bro. And he's like, bro. And I'm like, dude, you just moved your whole foot. And he's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, bro, you can do it, dude. You can do it. And so now, boom, he's like, I can do it. He's starting to think of all these positive things. Positive, like reaffirming to himself, he's the freaking champ, dude. He's the champ. That he can do it. He can do it. And then I'm like in there, I'm like, bro, let's do it again. Let's get another rep. This is after like now he's getting excited. He's talking to me. He's like, yeah, I'm the champ. Like I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna jump off this leg. Like I'm gonna get back in the track and field. All this stuff. And he's just like filling up his mind with all these positive things that he can do. And I'm like, yes. So then I'm like, let's take this positive energy. Hey, let's move the foot again. Move the foot. Come on, you can do it. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So he closes his eyes, slowly twitching. All of a sudden, boom, he goes into dorsiflexion. I'm like, yes. And he's like, oh, that kind of hurt. I'm like, bro, you did it, dude. You did it. And he's like, I did it. And then he's like, let's do it again. I'm like, yes, let's do it again. Come on, come on, come on. And so he moves it again. I'm like, bro, let's go, dude. Let's freaking go. And so now he is super pumped. He's super stoked. He got all these endorphins of positive feelings like moving within him. And I'm like, dude, you're the champ, bro. You're the champ. And now he's in a state of gratefulness. His whole body changed within a matter of seconds to minutes. And he started like creating or restoring neural connections, which he thought he lost. He called me telling, I can't feel and I can't move my leg. I can't move. And if you tell yourself that, you're telling your body what it can and can't do, and it will listen to you. His mind changed and his body changed. I witnessed it. I witnessed it. And I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. He's a champ. He won the day. He won the day. I'm going to text him that a little bit. He won the day. When I experienced my traumatic accident, getting hit by a car, my foot was crushed and I lost it, people's responses really carry energy. And what I personally noticed was when people are like, oh, damn, that sucks. Especially, dude, if they say, damn, that sucks. It's like, dude, that didn't help me. Like, why are you telling me that? Like, dude, keep that thought to yourself. Dude, the things that changed my life was that people are like, bro, let's get better. You can do this. You can do this. People speaking into existence what I can do in the future, of how great I can be, how great I am at this present moment. Instead of saying like, I'm so sorry this happened to you, the past happened to you, I'm so sorry about this, like, or oh my gosh, like whatever it is, like, dude, talking about the past, or that sucks that that happened. Like, dude, if it sucks that it happened, did you know what sucks even worse is not growing in life, not getting wisdom from the things that happened to you in life, and being a victim mentality and sitting there and being depressed. That's what sucks in life. And I just noticed that people that usually respond with like, dude, that sucks, like to your face, dude, they kind of suck. Gosh, dude, like there's so much stuff that ran through my mind, like, and probably going through his mind. Like, I know for me, I was like, dude, what girl's gonna like me now that I got a prosthetic leg? I was 14 years old. Tons of insecurities. But there was one guy that visited me in the hospital, and he was a Marine, and he was buff, and he had one leg. He brought his hot girlfriend in there, and he also rode motorcycles, and he could also run. And he was the only guy that came in there and was like, Trenton, he's like, you can still run, you can still ride motorcycles, and you can still date girls. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, I want that mindset. I want that mindset. That's powerful. That's what changes the world. That's what makes the world a better place. That's the kind of guy I want to be. That's the kind of guy that my younger self needed. That's the kind of guy that I envisioned myself as I was a little kid. Like, who do I want to be? I want to be this big, strong dude, doesn't take crap for anybody, has so mentally strong, and knows what he's doing and where he's going.